Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jaya Pataka Swami Maharaj on November 25th, 2020 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Makakarotirachalam Mangalang Ayategarim Yachitataman Mande Sri Garam Dinadarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Islam Hare Om Tat Sat.
So today we will continue our compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book. Today's chapter is entitled as The Younger Brahmana Convinces Gopal to Give His Witness.
তবে বড় বিপ্র কহে এই সত্য কথা গোপাল যদি সাক্ষী দেন আপনে আসি এথা.
Taking this opportunity, the elderly Brahmana immediately confirmed that this was really true. He said, "If Gopal personally comes here to serve as witness, I shall surely give my daughter to you," to the young Brahmana.
তবে কন্যা দিব আমি জানিও নিশ্চয় তার পুত্র কহে এই ভালো বাত হয়.
The elderly Brahmana's son immediately confirmed this, saying, "Yes, this is a very nice settlement." Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. As the supersoul within the hearts of all living entities, Krishna knows everyone's desire, everyone's request, and everyone's prayers. Although all this may be contradictory, the Lord has to create a situation in which everyone will be pleased. This is an instance of marriage negotiation between an elderly Brahmana and a youth one. The elderly Brahmana was certainly willing to give his daughter in charity to the young Brahmana, but his son and relatives became impediments in this transaction. The elderly Brahmana considered how to get out of this situation and still offer his daughter to the young Brahmana. His son, an atheist and very cunning fellow, was thinking how to stop the marriage. The father and son were thinking in a contradictory way, yet Krishna created a situation wherein they agreed. They both agreed that if the Gopal deity would come and serve as witness, the daughter would be given to the young Brahmana.
Son of the elder Brahma, atheist,
The son of the elder Brahmana, being atheist,
he thought the deity could never come.
he thought the deity can never come.
Elder Brahman wanted to give his daughter,
The elderly Brahman wanted to give his daughter,
praying that Gopal save him.
so he was praying that Gopal will save him.
Be
To save
merciful
him.
on me,
Please be merciful on me,
that I can fulfill my promise
so that I can fulfill my promise
and my family members don't die.
and my family members don't die.
Everyone really wanted, not everyone agreed, although coming from different understanding.
Ultimately, everyone wanted to,
Everyone agreed,
everyone agreed,
although they had different points of vision.
although they had different points of view.
বড় বিপ্রের মনে কৃষ্ণ বড় দয়াবান অবশ্য মোর বাক্য তেহ করিবে প্রমাণ।
The elderly Brahmin thought, since Lord Krishna is very merciful, he will certainly come to prove my statement.
The elder Brahman had such faith in Krishna.
The elder Brahmin had such faith in Krishna.
And although he was thousands of miles away,
Although he was thousands of miles away,
he had no doubt that he could come and bear witness.
he had no doubt that he would come and bear the witness
Because he's very merciful.
because he is very merciful.
পুত্রের মনে প্রতিমা না আসিবে সাক্ষী দিতে, এই বুদ্ধে দুইজন হইলা সম্মতে।
The atheistic son thought it is not possible for Gopal to come and bear witness. Thinking thus, the father and son agreed.
ছোট বিপ্র বলে পত্র করহ লিখন, পুনঃ যেন নাহি চলে এসব বচন।
The young Brahmana took this opportunity to speak. Please write this down on paper in black and white so that you may not again change your word of honor.
So the young Brahman, he was very efficient.
So the younger Brahmin, he was very efficient.
Everything in writing.
That he wanted to get everything in writing.
A good example. We should also get things in writing.
It's a good example that we should also get things in writing.
And a possibility of people breaking out later. If there's a possibility,
If there is a possibility of people
backing out later.
backing out later.
তবে সব লোক মেলি পত্র তো লিখিল, দুহার সম্মতি লইয়া মধ্যস্থ রাখিল।
All the assembled people got this statement down in black and white, and taking these signatures of agreement from both of them, served as mediator. Mediator.
তবে ছোট বিপ্র কহে শোনো সর্বজন, এই বিপ্র সত্যবাক ধর্মপরায়ণ।
The young Brahmin then said, will all you gentlemen present please hear me? This elderly Brahmana is certainly truthful and is following religious principles.
সবাক্য ছাড়িতে ইহার নাহি কবু মন, স্বজন মিত্রু ভয়ে কহে অসত্য বচন।
He had no desire to break his promise, but fearing that his kinsman would commit suicide, he deviated from the truth.
The younger Brahman, he understood the reality.
So the younger Brahmin, he understood the reality.
Very, very talented.
He is very, very intelligent.
ইহার পুণ্যে কৃষ্ণে আনি সাক্ষী বুলাইব, তবে এই বিপ্রের সত্য প্রতিজ্ঞা রাখিব।
By the piety of the elderly Brahmana, I shall call the Supreme Personality of Godhead as a witness. Thus, I shall keep his truthful promise intact.
It's very interesting.
This is very interesting.
How Krishna, the deity of Krishna, is expected to walk thousands of miles.
How the deity of Krishna is expected to walk thousands of miles
Bear witness.
to bear witness.
Of this reinforce the faith of devotees all over the world.
So, this is to reinforce the faith of the reinforce the faith of devotees all over the world.
তো শুনি নাস্তিক লোক উপহাস করে, কেহ বলে ঈশ্বর দয়ালু আসিতেই পারে।
Hearing the emphatic statement of the younger Brahmin, some atheists in the meeting began to cut jokes. However, someone else said, "After all, the Lord is all merciful, and if He likes, He can come."
তবে সেই ছোট বিপ্র গেলা বৃন্দাবন দণ্ডবত করি কহে সব বিবরণ।
After the meeting, the young Brahman started for Vrindavan. Upon arriving there, he first offered his respectful obeisances to the deity and then narrated everything in full detail. Wow.
ব্রহ্মণ্য দেব তুমি বড় দয়াময়, দুই বিপ্রের ধর্ম রাখ হইয়া সদয়।
He said, "My Lord, you are the protector of Brahmanical culture, and you are also very merciful. Therefore, kindly show your great mercy by protecting the religious principles of us two Brahmanas."
We also pray to Krishna. Namo Brahmaya Devaya Go.
So we offer prayers to Krishna. Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya Go.
The protector of the Brahmanas
The protector of the Brahmins
and the cows
and the cows
and the devotees,
and his devotees
devas.
and the devas.
So, although Krishna says he descends in order to protect his devotees
All,
and annihilate the miscreants,
so although Krishna says he descends to protect his devotees and annihilate the miscreants,
Paritanaya sadhanam vinashaya sadusvitam.
Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam.
And this way he'll be protecting the dharma of the Brahmanas
So in this way, he will be protecting the dharma of the Brahmanas.
and he'll be destroying the faithlessness of the atheists.
Then he'll be destroying the faithless atheist.
কন্যা পাব মোর মনে ইহা নাহি সুখ, ব্রাহ্মণের প্রতিজ্ঞা যায় এই বড় দুঃখ।
My dear Lord, I am not thinking to become happy by getting the daughter as a bride. I am simply thinking that the Brahmana has broken his promise and that is giving me great pain. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. It was not at all the intention of the young Brahmana to get the daughter of the elderly Brahmana in marriage and thus to enjoy material happiness and sense gratification. It was not for that reason that the young Brahmana went to Vrindavan to ask the Supreme Personality of Godhead to act as a witness. His only concern was that because the elderly Brahmana had promised something, if Gopal did not bear witness to that transaction, then the older Brahmana would incur a spiritual blemish. Therefore, the young Brahman wanted protection and help from the deity. The young Brahman was thus a pure Vaishnava, and he had no desire for sense gratification. He wanted only to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the older Brahman, who was also a Vaishnava and very much devoted to the Lord.
The Lord is the protector of his devotees.
So the Lord is the protector of his devotees.
He promised the devotees that they'll never perish.
And he had promised that his devotees will never perish.
He told Arjuna Das to announce
He told Arjuna thus to announce,
Name Bhakta Pranasati,
Name Bhakta Pranashyate.
my devotees will never perish.
My devotees will never perish.
So the Brahman, the younger Brahman, understood that the Lord was all merciful.
So the younger Brahman understood that the Lord was all merciful.
এত জানি তুমি সাক্ষী দেহ দয়াময়, জানি সাক্ষী নাহি দেয় তার পাপ হয়।
The young Brahman continued, "My dear sir, you are very merciful and you know everything. Therefore, kindly be a witness in this case. A person who knows things as they are and still does not bear witness become involved in sinful activities." Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The dealings between a devotee and the Lord are very simple. The young Brahman said to the Lord, "You know everything, but if you do not bear witness, you will be involved in sinful activities. There is no possibility, however, of the Lord's being involved in sinful activities. A pure devotee, even though he knows everything of the Supreme Lord, can speak with the Lord exactly as he were a common man. Although the dealings between the Lord and his devotees are always very simple and open, there is formality. All these things happen because of the connection between the Lord and the devotee."
Because the devotee has great love and affection for the Lord.
Because the devotee has great love and affection for the Lord,
Sometimes he may speak to the Lord in an ordinary person.
sometimes he may speak to the Lord like an ordinary person,
And the Lord appreciates this.
and the Lord appreciates this.
কৃষ্ণ কহে বিপ্র তুমি যাহ সববনে সবা করি মোরে তুমি করিহ স্মরণে।
Lord Krishna replied, "My dear Brahman, go back to your home and call a meeting of all the men. In that meeting, just try to remember me."
আবির্ভাব হইয়া আমি তাহা সাক্ষী দিব তবে দুই বিপ্রের সত্য প্রতিজ্ঞা রাখিব।
I shall certainly appear there, and at that time I shall protect the honor of both of you Brahmanas by bearing witness to the promise.
বিপ্র বলে যদি হও চতুর্ভুজ মূর্তি তবু তোমার বাক্যে কারণ না হবে প্রতীতি।
The young Brahman replied, "My dear sir, even if you appear there as four-handed Vishnu deity, still none of these people will believe in your words.
এই মূর্তি গিয়া যদি এই শ্রীবদনে সাক্ষী দেহ যদি তবে সর্বলোকে শোনে।
Only if you go there in this form of Gopal and speak the words from your beautiful face, will your testimony be heard by all the people."
Such a request for Krishna.
Such a request for Krishna.
Younger Brahman had great faith in the mercy of Krishna.
The younger Brahman had great faith in the mercy of Krishna,
I feel like that.
so he could appeal like this.
কৃষ্ণ কহে প্রতিমা চলে কোথাহ না শুনি বিপ্র বলে প্রতিমা হইয়া কহ কেনে বাণী।
Lord Krishna said, I never heard of a deities walking from one place to another." The Brahman replied, "That is true, but how is it that you are speaking to me although you are a deity?"
A younger Brahman had such a relationship with Krishna,
The younger Brahman had such a relationship with Krishna
and the deity is talking to him.
that the deity is talking to him.
I said, she's talking to him. I can't walk.
So,
Since you're talking to me, why can't you walk?
since you are talking, why can't you walk?
প্রতিমা নহ তুমি সাক্ষাৎ ব্রজেন্দ্র নন্দন বিপ্র লাগি কর তুমি অকার্য করণ।
My dear Lord, you are not a statue. You are directly the son of Maharaj Nanda. Now, for the sake of the old Brahmin, you can do something you have never done before.
হাসিয়া গোপাল কহে শোনহ ব্রাহ্মণ, তোমার পাছে পাছে আমি করিব গমন।
Shri Gopalji then smiled and said, My dear Brahmin, just listen to me. I shall walk behind you, and in this way I shall go with you. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. The conversation between Lord Krishna and the Brahman is the proof that the Lord in his Archa Murti, or the form made of material elements, is not material. For those elements, although separated from the Lord, are also part of the Lord's energy. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, because the elements are the Lord's own energy, and because there is no difference between the Lord, the energy, and the energetic, no difference between the energy and the energetic, the Lord can appear through any element. Just as the sun can act through the sunshine and thus distribute its heat and light, so Krishna, by his inconceivable power, can appear in his original spiritual form in any material element, including stone, wood, paint, gold, silver, and jewels, because the material elements are all his energy. Thus, the Shastras warn, Arche Vishnu Shiladihi Naraki Saha. One should never think of the Archa Murti, the deity within the temple, as stone, wood, or any other material element. Because of his advanced devotional position, the younger Brahman knew that although the deity of Gopal appeared to be stone, he was not stone. He was the son of Nanda Maharaj, Brajendra Nandan himself. Hari Bol. As such, the deity could act exactly as the Lord does in his original form as Krishna. Lord Krishna was talking to the young Brahmin just to test his knowledge about the Archa Vigraha. In other words, those who have understood the signs of Krishna, Krishna's name, form, qualities, and so forth, can also talk with the deity. To an ordinary person, however, the deity will appear to be made of stone, wood, and some other material. In the higher sense, since all material elements ultimately emanate from the supreme spiritual entity, nothing is really material. Being omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient, Krishna can deal with his devotees in any form without difficulty. By the mercy of the Lord, the devotee knows perfectly well about the Lord's dealings. Indeed, he can talk face to face with the Lord.
Although many pastimes when the Lord in his deity form reciprocates with the devotee.
So there are many pastimes where the Lord in his deity form reciprocates with his devotees.
Atheists think that the followers of Vedas worship idols.
So the atheists, they think that the followers of Vedas worship idols.
Here that the Lord is invoked, since he's actually present as a worshipful deity.
So here we can hear that the Lord is actually present as the worshipable deity.
He is invoked.
He is invoked.
Therefore, the younger Brahman, you're talking to the deity as a real person.
So therefore the younger Brahman he was talking to the deity as a real person.
because Krishna is present as a real person.
Because Krishna is present as a real person.
But the common people, they don't have this faith, so the Lord reciprocates with them accordingly.
So the common people doesn't have great faith, so the Lord reciprocates with them accordingly.
Since younger Brahman had such faith in the Lord,
Since the younger Brahman had such faith in the Lord
reciprocated with him.
the Lord reciprocated with him.
লটিয়া আমা না করিও দর্শনে আমাকে দেখিলে আমি রহিব সেই স্থানে
The Lord continued, do not try to see me by turning around. As soon as you see me, I shall remain stationary in that very place.
নূপুরের ধ্বনি মাত্র আমার শুনিবা সেই শব্দে আমার গমন প্রতীতি করিবা
You will know that I am walking behind you by the sound of my ankle bells.
এক সের অন্ন রান্ধি করিহ সমর্পণ তাহা খাইয়া তোমার সঙ্গে করিব গমন
Cook 1 kilo of rice daily and offer it. I shall eat that rice and follow behind you.
So I gave the process which you follow behind the younger Brahman.
So he gave a promise in which he would process in which you'd follow behind the younger Brahmin.
And he told the younger Brahman to offer him one shear of rice every day.
He told the younger Brahmin to offer him 1 shear of rice every day,
It's about 900 grams,
which is about 900 grams,
almost a kilo.
almost a kilo.
This way the Lord will take rice every day,
So in this way the Lord would take rice every day
and the Brahman can take his prasad.
and the Brahmin can take his prasad. Thus ends the chapter entitled The Younger Brahmin Convinces Gopal to Give His Witness.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.